All right, so let's see. Just want to make sure. Where they, all right, this is good evening. This is Leo Gilling, and every Wednesday night I spend time with someone that we revere, that we love to talk about and talk to, and just to hear some things about those persons that we generally don't hear or don't know. This week I'm going to be spending another 45 minutes to an hour with Dr. Scott Hamilton. I call him Scotty, and feel free to call him Scotty. I don't really care at this time right now. But so every Wednesday night we're right here, and we want you to tune in. I won't be talking back, right? But please tune in. We have a lot of things to talk about. I won't be reading any comments because we want to hear everything that Scotty has to say tonight. Let me first say, welcome, Scotty. And it is quite in order for me to say my sincere condolences to you, your family, your brothers and sisters, and I know there are many of them. And I also know that you have nieces and nephews and grandnieces and grandnephews. My sincere condolences to you and your family. Howard is a well-known figure and has been like that for many, from as long as I was a boy, right? So we know about him. So thank you for joining me this evening. I'm gonna just allow you to just speak about your dad.
Well, Leo, I appreciate it, and my family appreciate all the condolences and love. If somebody has never been in this position, it's like I'm saying, Jamaica, a man is not a man till him lose his father. Well, I lost my father at 85. He was a champion. You said earlier that call me Scotty. Yeah. My name is Jason Scott Eduardo Hamilton, and I will explain the Jason Scott Eduardo. Jason is the first name him give me. Scott is my middle name. Eduardo is all firstborn males in our family are called Edu. Father was a man that African man or a black man that come from Cuba, came over to Jamaica, meet my grandmother, and had many children. And all of those firstborn children are named after him. So my son is Jason Tyler Eduardo. I have cousins who are firstborn male and them have Eduardo in them name. My grandfather was the first person of color in charge of the railway in Jamaica.
Oh.
He had my father's older brother Ken, his other brother Roger. Ken was a medical doctor, so he was the first Dr. Hamilton. Then there was Roger, who was an accountant. Then there was Heather, who was the headmistress at Queen's High School. Then there was my father, who was Queen's Counsel, Howard, first public defender of Jamaica. Then there was a younger brother, another Dr. Hamilton, Pat Hamilton, who, funnily enough, worked in chemistry, organic chemistry. He worked for Kellogg's. The man that created like many things at Kellogg's, but because I work at Kellogg's like Frosted Flakes and all that things, he can't get the patent because he worked there. But that was our family.
Let me put something into perspective here, right? I said that I've known about your dad since I didn't know him, but I've known about him since I was a boy. So here goes, I got this this little blurb about your dad.
Right.
It says, name Howard Randolph Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Order of Distinction, Commander Class, Queen's Counsel. Parliamentary Ombudsman. First Public Defender of Jamaica. Barrister and member of the Lincoln's Inn. And you must tell me what Lincoln's Inn, because I don't know. Justice of the Peace. Admitted to practice law in Jamaica, Bermuda, Bahamas, Cayman Islands, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, Turks and Caicos, and the Privy Council. Member of Chamber 53, I need to know that what that means too. Past chairman of Jamal, St. Andrew, Jamal in St. Andrew, Adoption Board, National AIDS Committee, National Initiative of Street Children, Jamaica Bar Association Criminal Law Committee, Titchfield High School Board of Management, past president of the Jamaica Weightlifting Association, Jamaica College Old Boys Association, past member of 1952 Jamaica College track team, last lived in Kingston. And I am sure that that's a summarized list of some of the things that he has done. And as I say, as a boy, tell me, first of all, Lincoln's Inn and 53, Chamber 53.
Okay, I am going to, when I started talking to you today, Leo, because you know I really enjoy coming on your show. And when I'm talking to you today, and you said, all right, Doc, we're going to be on here for 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to get to talk about what we wanted to talk about. But because we're going to talk about this person who is the reason why I am on earth. If I'm 1/10 of the man that Howard Randolph Hamilton is, I am a good man. He cared about people. So let me answer each and every one. So this 45 minutes to an hour, and I get discipline from him, you know. Don't get it twisted. I get some beating, right? So before I hit the man tell, I beaten. And then one time when I work in a couples, the man look for me and say, you know, so the only beating you're gonna remember is a beating where you never deserve. And it's like thousands of beating just fly out of my head. And only 2 remain. Because I got beaten 2 times for things I never do. Right? But we'll come back to the beating. So let's go to Lincoln's Inn and 53. Lincoln's Inn is where he studied law. My father loved the institution of marriage and he loved family. He loved it so much he did it properly 3 times. When I say he did it properly 3 times, he married my mother. My mother had a son before. So that's my older brother, Ray. And when we talk track and field, they call him Ray Spoogie Hamilton. He ran the 200 and the 400 meter for Calabar. Right? So when I coming into the world, I born in Natal Hospital. All of my siblings, Kelly and Candy, all of us were born in Natal. And we moved to Braemar Avenue. Right? But let me go and tell you, Lincoln's Inn is where he studied law. When he's studying law, my mother is there. I'm not a twinkling in his eye yet. Right? He studies at Lincoln Inn, and Lincoln Inn is near Arsenal football field.
That's in London.
So from in London, England. So
okay.
From then, my father is an Arsenal fan. And neither none of my brother them. All of us are Arsenal fan without question. So I know full well my father reached heaven because the day after he passed, Arsenal win them first game in the Premier League. All right? So
okay.
me know him personally go beg God a favor and say, look at a big man. My side nah, so well. my sons, all 3 of my sons are feeling because them tease us. All the memes were horrible. I can't even go into them, but yeah, we are get all kind of funny jokes made about Arsenal. However, so I'm going to beg God a favor, and we get a point. All right, so that's Lincoln's Inn is where he studied.
Good to hear.
As did many of the great lawyers in Jamaica. I can't call out all of them, but many of them studied in England. Ian Ramsey, E.G. Green, lots of them, right? So that's Lincoln's Inn. The other thing was 53. 53 was the Chambers 53 was on Church Street. That's where my father, Ian Ramsey, Patrick Atkinson and him were like a pair in cricket. They had like an unbeaten run of like 85 cases without a loss.
Wow.
Biggest in the history of Jamaica. And it's funny, he died at 85.
Right? Oh my God. Okay.
Patrick Atkinson then went on to be like an attorney general in Jamaica, in California. So that man, this is the brilliance of the Jamaicans. He left Jamaica, went to California, studied the whole law thing again, passed the bar up there. My father used to do cases with F. Lee Bailey, you know.
Oh.
So, yeah, big man, big. So, and funnily enough, both of his daughters that are from the first marriage, Kelly and Candy, are both lawyers. And Candy, when Candy was sitting the bar exam, because she graduated from the University of Miami, she took it with F. Lee Bailey. The exam with F. Lee Bailey, the same guy that was in the OJ case.
I know F. Lee. I know
Flea.
Yes.
Big lawyer, man. He never passed the bar in Florida, and he wanted to practice in Florida. All right. So you ask about Lincoln's Inn, and you ask about 53. 53 Church Street is, or the Chambers 53 is at Church Street, where they had the law firm.
Okay.
So I am growing up as a little youth, listening to these brilliant lawyers, right? And like Michael Manley and others would come to the house, and I'm just sitting on the veranda, Ian Ramsey, listening. And I knew I have to go be a doctor.
Yes.
No, I have to go be a doctor because I can't go be no lawyer. All right, I'm going to show you something. I mean, everybody see the world through their own eyes. I see the world through Scotty eyes. My sisters are lawyers, are the sisters from the first marriage.
You're muted. Yes, go ahead.
Because I don't want to follow his footsteps. They're too big.
Yes.
Right? Norman Manley Jr. tried to follow Norman Manley, and it was not an easy thing. So I go do my Scotty thing and my doctor thing. And the reason why people used to say, you like to show off, you want to make people know so you're a doctor. I don't really care if you call me Dr. Hamilton or you call me Scotty or you call me whatever you want to call me. But don't call me Mr. Don't call me Mr. Hamilton.
Yes.
You understand? Mr. Hamilton, if you say Mr. Hamilton, I'm looking around to see if Howard Hamilton is behind me.
Oh my God.
Mr. Hamilton, in my worldview, is Howard Hamilton QC. So I'm never Mr. Hamilton. And not that I don't, you know?
Yes.
I worked a long time. When I used to be a professor or a guidance counselor, when they call me Mr. Hamilton, I couldn't wait for the day when them don't call me Mr. Hamilton.
Let's go back. Let's go.
Professor. Yeah.
Let's go back to your youth with your dad.
Okay.
What was your household like, as a youth? What was Christmas like? What was the holiday like as a youth in your home with your dad?
Okay. So the people listening going to get a good sense of our family. At 8 years old, and my other sister Kelly is 6, and my other sister Candy is 4. When Kelly tell the story, I was 7, she was 5, and Candy was 3. You remember, everybody see the world the way them see the world, right? So yes. I was 8, she was 6, Candy was 4. And my parents got divorced.
At that age?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we start live with Bev, the second wife, Mrs. Beverly Hamilton, and then years later they have 2 children, Burke and Casey. So we grew up with Mommy Bernice till we 8, and then we're living with Bev. And but in answering the question about Christmas and everything, it was lovely. First, we're around my mother family. Then all of a sudden we're around Bev family, which is Brownstone, and Christmas in Brownstone parents. And Bev was a big tennis player. She played tennis for Jamaica. Daddy QC became a big tennis player. So enough tennis and whole for tournament. But every Christmas, all the children, all the cousins, you understand? So you're looking forward to the next day, Christmas Eve, next day, presents are go up and thing. But he was also very, very big in going out and feeding and helping, and you understand?
Yes.
So from a little bit, I'm telling you, teaching you, care about people we don't have what you have, right? And when we lived in Portland, when we started to Titchfield, so I went to GSC, then I went to Titchfield. When we're in country, he would always tell us, don't stay up here, someone. Go down in a river, by the river, Rio Grande. Know the people them down there. Go down in a Norwich. Know the. So I know we walk out the whole of Portland and know everybody. The time that we live there, them know all of us. If I walk from here 100 feet and somebody don't hear me, something wrong. Everybody. So that's how he prepared us.
Let me ask you this. You went through one divorce. Did you go through another divorce? Because you said three wives.
Okay, so all right. By time the second, yeah. It's just so life is. When the second one is finishing, I'm already finished high school. I'm working at couples. Actually, I'm gone away to college, to University of Houston.
All right, hold it right there. Can you remember what the feeling was like on the first divorce? What you felt like on the first divorce, and what was there a difference in feeling on the second divorce? Can you recall those?
Okay, first divorce, I'm 8.
Yeah.
My siblings are younger, so it's hitting them different. I don't know. I will never know what a 4-year-old girl feel like, or a 10-year-old girl, or a 15-year-old girl, or a 16 or a 20-year-old girl. I tell you what 8-year-old you would feel.
Mm-hmm.
It jammed me up away, and if you ask my sisters, I became very protective. I spend my whole time beating up anybody that trying to talk to them. And Kelly and Candy will tell you that so, which is wrong. It's stupid. I thought I needed to protect them. Them can handle themselves fine, but I got very protective.
Okay.
And so that was the first. And based on that first divorce, I started get trouble in schools. So I went to like every little prep school in Jamaica, and get into trouble at the school where them kicked me out the school. Is that, yeah. I went to St. Andrews Prep, Oxford Prep, Morris Nib, and then I end up at St. Richard's Prep, and a great teacher named Miss Cunningham get my head right, and I passed common entrance. Funnily enough, I take for JC and Calabar, and when I look on the JC and Calabar, I don't see my name, and I thought my father was going to beat me, I'm a feel. And he said, no, man, I could keep on looking. It's one of the nicest thing Howard Hamilton ever did to me. I said, no, let's keep on looking. Me, I said to myself, like, big man, you see my name on the JC and on the Calabar, and you thought I could go and look more. So when we look more, and I know, like Mark Johnson and all of the 40s man, them would have tell me, I should have did stay. I passed for Kingston College.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
I passed common entrance to Kingston College, but my grandfather, everybody in my family got JC. I thought my grandmother went to JC, the amount of Hamilton people that got JC. Okay. So my uncle them got JC, my father got JC, everybody got JC. So all my father want to know is that me pass, and from me pass, me there JC.
So how did you go? How did you get back to JC? I mean, because you went to JC.
Yeah, I went to JC, and like I'm telling you, sir, I was a little angry youth, so I get into some troubles. All at JC too, and now I go into that too much, but I end up at school in the best high school experience I have. I love JC, but they don't have any girls that go to JC. when I
your wife is not close. Your wife is not close. All right, you got
no,
time.
my wife's mother is from Titchfield. My wife's mother went to Titchfield. I married the daughter of a Titchfield girl. Carlene Greg went to Titchfield. Me love Titchfield girls. Bad. So that was my best 4 years of my life was Titchfield High School.
Okay.
And because I in Titchfield and I look stupid, so I started to do better academically than I did at JC. And I did all right. You know, taking O levels maybe 2 times, I get some good grades.
Yes.
And I got grades. I then I went to the University of Houston. And then, so it does start slowly go. And then when I reach America, I realized them school system easy compared to Jamaica. So I started to do well. And then I get a PhD in clinical psychology.
But I mean, this is a good story for kids who don't think they have hope, because you've had your challenges and you've turned it around. Can you recall, tell me about that particular teacher? What did she do to knock your head upside down and change it? What was it? Do you remember?
Oh, okay. Well, I will tell you, the first one was Miss Cunningham. Miss Cunningham at St. Richards, and she said to me, look at her, I'm going to have one like Chris Bell in my class. We have some little bad youth. And she said, you stay there, keep up the foolishness, you know. You would don't pass, you know, so you need to take care of your thing. And I remember there was a big figurine, like, it's like a big cross with Jesus. And I'm not being blasphemous, but a prayer to Jesus when I to the common entrance. I'm going to say, look, you know, Jesus, if you make me pass the common entrance, I will become a lawyer. I will work pro bono for the rest of my life. I didn't know what pro bono was then, right? So I'm going to work for free. So I make a deal with God, you know, like, beg you please make me pass, because I never not pass, I'm going to kill me with beating. And maybe he listened, but I didn't follow through on the lawyer thing. But I have helped a lot of youngsters. I have 150 students when I was a dean in the College of Medicine. I have 150 students when I did like about 8 to 10 year FIU, where they are now doctors.
They all are.
So yeah. My help for you. And then I've been helping. A lady tell me in 1990, your gift is helping young people.
Well, you know, the good thing is that you know what it means to be in another self. So,
or a bad picnic. Yeah, I know that.
I never said that, you said that.
No, I know what it is to be a troubled child, or a child will get expelled or get into trouble.
Yes.
You see, they call me one time with some youth were getting in trouble. I said, yeah, you are the right one to talk to them. So what were some of, you said Lincoln, what were some of the things that he did that you wanted me to touch on? But go on, I will follow.
No, we get to it. I want to know about Bernice. Did your mom, did you keep a relationship with her? Did you keep a relationship with Bev?
Okay, so Bernice, my mother and Kelly's mother and Candy's mother and Ray's mother, Ray passed away that ran for Calabar. Bernice is a lovely woman. Myself and my sisters, Kelly and Candy, we're taking care of her. She's living in Kingston. And her mind is as sharp as a tack. I don't want to give away her age because she's going to see me on Friday when I get to Jamaica, and she'll must box me and say I couldn't be on radio and tell people how old I am. But she has beautiful silver hair. She's from the Ferron family. The Ferron family are a very powerful Jamaican family.
Where is that? Which parish is that?
Well, Leo, to tell you, I will heap a place, you know, but I know them was in Mandeville and Westmoreland, but I don't want to call it wrong.
Okay.
Her cousin cousin is my Aunt Nivy. And every day, without fail, I go and I check this lady. Like last night, she said, I hear you was at my house last night, but I never see you. I said, I thought you was sleeping. She said, don't make that happen again. Every night I check her.
Okay,
as long as I in Miami, I check her every night.
Okay, great. And then Beverly.
Beverly is of the Harrison family from Brownstown. Strong family again, big family, all over the world. The Harrisons are a powerful family. Bev is a registered nurse. Bev saved my father's life. He was a patient of hers at UWI. I think it was gallstone or kidney stone, one of them, kidney stone, gallstone. She was a nurse, and yeah, she saved him life, and then it developed into what it developed into, and they married long, have two wonderful children, Burke and Casey. Burke is in Texas. He's an IT expert. Casey is in California. She's an actress, but she was also president of the Black student at the University of Alaska. One only person, she live out of China. Casey's been in commerce. Casey placed first runner up in Miss World. Yeah. So
Casey
Bev.
what? Casey what?
Casey Hamilton. Casey K-A-C-I Hamilton.
Yeah.
And Burke Hamilton. Burke's son is named Howard Hamilton, and Burke's daughter is named Maya. Burke's wife is Dominique. Burke's wife's family were close to me when I was at University of Houston, because they went to University of Houston too. Yeah, so second marriage is Bev. That was the longest. Wow. As I say it, I just realizing it. The marriage to Bev was his longest marriage.
So now that we're on you and Bev, tell me, as a kid, when you were acting up, did you act up with Bev also, or was your relationship? Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know where they came up with this thinking, but so it's just three of us. It's me, Kelly, Candy. Howard said, I go and raise him, you raise the girls. which is complete foolishness, because he's never there. The man had the case all over the world. Right? So I would suffice to say Kelly and Candy were brought up properly, and I'm rough around the edges because she leaving the mail, bringing up to the other mail, and the other mail is Howard, and Howard not there. Only thing she do, if I give too much trouble, she said, wait till your father come home, and when him come home, it's beaten. And when that maga man hold you to beat you, trust and believe you get beaten proper. You hold it like a vice grip. Yeah.
You got along with her because you respected her too.
Yeah, man. Me and Bev good, man. We and Bev good.
All right.
We play whole heap of tennis together and beat whole heap of people, man. Yeah. Okay. And Bev good.
That's nice. All right. So what at this age?
No, hold on. Let's go into the third marriage. Are you not ready for going?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry about that.
All right, so the third marriage now is Mrs. Hamilton, currently Talia Hamilton, who is a flipping angel and deserve all the love, and she gets it all the love. Howard has brought all of us together. Right? How do you bring flipping and angel together? I don't get that. All right, so take out the flipping. She's an angel.
All right.
She's a strong Christian woman. Love God, love her church. But she took care of my father. She has a son for him. My brother Brick just graduated from JC. All his sons got to JC. Brick was the one that called me and told me that daddy passed. So when Brick called me, he him call and said, Scotty, you here? And I said, Brick, you can't start a conversation with me and start it out about Scotty, you here? Right? Because me and you only talk about basketball, your CXC exam, or daddy. So if it's not basketball and CXC, please don't tell me say that you talk about. And him say, yeah, it's that. So me let out one whole heap of loud screaming and whole heap of other bad word, and there was an athlete sitting beside me in the car. I can't give her name, but she said, Doc, don't worry, it's going to be all right. And she hugged me up. And yeah, so my brother called me to tell me that my father passed this past Friday. He is an amazing youth. He played basketball for JC and they won. When he was younger, he played chess for Jamaica, like under 8 or under 10 or some madness. Never even known him of Jamaica team will play under 10. But good, smart youth. Going to do very well. So yeah, the third marriage, all of us, and that's the beauty of QC, our beauty of my father. All 3 marriages, all 3 sets of children, we love each other and we get along good. Good. I'm going to send you a picture. That picture was us maybe 2 years ago. All of us. So that's Howard with all of him children and grandchildren on one cruise.
Was Ray in there too?
No, Ray passed in 2002.
Okay.
Yeah. Only one that not there was Ray.
All right. So at this age, what is it that you know that you have taken from Daddy?
Okay, I know this. When Leo, like 2 days ago, Alan Skillcode called me. A whole heap of people, like I have about, right now in my phone, I never even know my phone could have 700 text messages that I have not replied to. I have, my voicemail can't take no more message, right? All kind of something. And Alan Skillcode called me and him saying him passing on, condolences to the family and everything. But I just want to tell you, Skip, your father, was a champion. And he was a champion for people that don't have champion, which is true. He was in Jamaica, the first public defender. And him don't scared for show up injustice or people doing bad things to people that don't have no recourse. So, what can I say I take from my father? I'm the eldest of the children that came from him. Right? I'm the first one. Ray, I'm an older brother. He made it abundantly clear to us. Money, yeah, that's good, but it is more important to care and to take care of the less fortunate and to help. And you will live a longer and stronger life. I come in right now from a close friend funeral, Gina Jarrett. And Gina, in a video where them showed in the church, said, people used to always say, good friend better than pocket money. But she never understood what it meant. And she now understand. When me don't understand, because my father impressed that upon us. We're not better than nobody. So he could talk to the queen and he could talk to the pauper in the same breath. And he used to make us know that. And I think when people tell me so them feel comfortable around me and that, you know, and I give them a word, I think that's what I take from my father. So if I'm 1/10 of the man that he was, Leo, I would have played a good innings in time. I'm glad he saw me go to Tokyo. I'm the first Jamaican sports psychologist to represent Jamaica with the Jamaica Olympic team. I'm very big on sports. I was very big on track and field. I was very big in the importance of sports to the world. He used to say to me, if we never have sports, we have done blow up the world already. Sports has stopped wars.
Let's go to that. Because I know, I met with you some 4 or 5 years ago when you came on my show and you showed me some things that I never knew in my entire life, that those kind of things go on in your mind or in your brain.
Yeah.
And so I got it 5 years ago. Then you came back a few weeks ago and you talk about it again. I got it. I want you to tell me, what is it that you do, your specialty, and why is it that Jamaica chose you to go to the Olympics with the athletes?
All right. So Jamaica choosing me, you have to understand it's not a friendship thing why I get choose. Right? It's not there are credentials. Just like my father can't be Queen's Counsel unless his credentials meet the criteria for them to decide, all right, we're moving you up from this to Queen's Counsel. So there are many people, let me not do that. In order to be a licensed sports psychologist, you have to pass certain exams. You have to be licensed with the Supplementary to Medicine Board. You have to be a member of the Sports Medical Association. All of these things that them need you to do, I did it. I check every box. So when them check every box and them looking for a guy to go to Japan, this is the only guy who check off all the box them. All right, not guy. This is the only doctor that check off all the box them. So I follow my father in that regard. I do my due diligence, right? I studied, got licensed, then I went and studied more to specialize. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, which means I deal with the brain and people. But I want to specialize in helping athletes and anybody that have to perform. I still can treat schizophrenic and all kind of other people, Right. But I specialize in what I specialize in. And the qualifications that I did is the reason why I could get selected. Right. Is to answer that question. So the reason why I could get selected. What was the other part of the question? Sorry.
What is it that you did with our athletes when you?
Okay. Did with athletes is what I've been doing with athletes, which is what I'm still doing with athletes, which is why President Samuda likes what I've done for a good while with the Paralympic athletes especially, and wants it done with many of the other different teams. Whatever team fall under the auspices of the JOA. So first, in our field, what we do is a neuropsych evaluation. So in order for me to understand Leo Gillen's brain, I need to do an evaluation of you to see how you think. Because all of us think differently, So how you see the world, Leo, is different from how I see the world. Same world, but you see it through your eyes. In order for me to get an idea of how you see the world, I do a neuropsych evaluation on you, which is a very comprehensive thing. Then once I do that, I work with a colleague out of Australia, Elite Feats, Christopher Neeson, where we develop modules and tools to identify an athlete's ideal performance state. So your ideal performance state, Leo, if these things happen, if your coffee is a particular way, if you set out your clothes a certain way in the morning, if you watch certain things the night before, if you listen to certain music, if you understand?
Yeah, man, all of these things.
All these things fall in place. It's like Megan Tapper. Megan was listening to her church sing, right? And we are Megan a reason, and Megan said, Doc, good. I said, she said, I didn't want a little hot water, but the office never opened. This is like in Japan, you know. I said, you want, no, she said, Doc, no, I'm good, man. Leave. And she went, focused. And when she come back, she said, Doc, I got this. Right? No, when she came back, she said, Doc, look what I got. When she came back, she had gotten the third place in the 110-meter hurdles. You understand? Like she bringing it like somebody catch a fish. Right? Lovely. So, to answer, we do the evaluation. We identify using the athlete, how they come to their ideal performance state. And then what I showed you about 4 or 5 years ago when I spoke to you, there's a region of your brain called the limbic cortical region. Everything we do stupid in life, Leo. When I used to get in trouble in school, is that region of your brain. I spent my whole life studying this, you know, because I've done things in school that I regret, and I don't want a next youth go through that. So I try to teach the youth them. Right? I have things that I did in high school that is like my only regret. Everybody learn in life from some mistakes that they make, you know.
Yes.
Right? But you don't need to keep on making big mistakes. My father had a brilliant career in criminal law and as public defender because people made stupid mistakes because they don't understand how that part of the brain works. That part of the brain only suggests things to you, know. Only suggests. You don't have to do it. All right, watch this. Anybody that listening to my voice right now, right? The male people listening to my voice, I'm going to say it this way. You see, if I ask the question to the female people, majority of the female people listening to me talk would say, no, them never think of that yet. If I said to you, you ever see a policeman walking with him gun, you know someone could have grabbed the gun there, right? A beer male people, usually young people, male people have that thought, you know, right? It's a thought. That's the limbic cortical region. You don't have to act on it. Now, if you act on it and grab up the gun, and when the police say, what you do? And you take the gun and box you or shot you with it. You can't say, oh, sorry, officer, it's not me, it's my limbic cortical region. Understand?
Yes.
So that same limbic cortical region love rum and love all kind of thing. And the more you put in there, is the more foolishness it suggests. And you do. Normal people don't eat dog food, you know. Right? But you go to any college party and late in the morning, man drink all 1 gallon of beer or a keg. Then look on the dog food and start say, oh, that look good. Right? If you ask the women now, if you ever see a policeman walking and you look on him with a gun and say, majority of the women will say, I never had that thought in my life.
Probably don't even see the gun. Never. They probably don't even see the gun.
them see the gun, them don't see the gun. That's
no,
a
really
fool thing. I only, it's a stupid thought. So the point I'm making to you is this. The limbic cortical region suggests something to you. You don't have to do it. But a whole heap of people do things that the limbic cortical region tell them to do. That boy that disrespect me, so I should box him. Or the man that do me this, so I should stab him. So you're now in jail, regretting the whole rest of your life, so you stab him. When you only listen to a part of your brain. What I do is I teach athletes how to manage that. But that's what's going to cause them problem in the 100 meter, 200 meter final.
You lose focus.
You train all your life. You ready for the final now, and you gone down on the track. And you say, okay, I'm going to turn this over to the limbic cortical region now. The limbic cortical region don't know for run 100 meter, you know. All it know for do is worry and tell you what you're going to do. I'm going to pop off your foot or some foolishness. It does not help. It's there to protect you. But we really don't need so much protection, you know, because it was there when we were developing and evolving to protect you from lion and tiger. There's no lion and tiger really running us down now, you know. If you have to do a presentation in front of a class, Leo, and your brain says, you know, so the people are going to laugh after you and you're going to make a fool of yourself, that's the limbic cortical region. If you're ever having a thought that you don't want to have, that's the limbic cortical region. If you're ever about to do something and your brain says, what if it go wrong? That's the limbic cortical region. That's where I work.
Okay.
I help athletes understand that, manage it, because you can't perform well if that thing is out of control. Simple as that.
You straighten them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's management techniques, all kind of things, man. But then once you find out what caused them to perform well, then you can help them perform well regular. And then a key thing is, you see anytime them smiling and them enjoying themselves, Shelly and Usain Bolt, Goalie, that are you. In time you see them start smiling up and them been listening. Your best performance ever is when you was enjoying yourself and just really go there with swagger and confidence. You've never worried yourself into a good performance. Not never, ever. No one.
What changed about Elaine Thompson? She's always a good athlete, but she was great this time. This past season, she was great. What changed?
I'm not really going to too much of that, but I will tell you this. We have some scientists working with our girls, and they call the brothers from Woolmers, Frano and Paul. Mentally, our girls getting it. But when the scientists then break it down and know how to improve, right? Shanika Ricketts' husband, Kerry, next scientist. We have brilliant coaches in Jamaica, right? Nobody that's supposed to test we in track and field, in certain events, or in any event we want to take up. Right now, we could have just go to Jamaica and say, anybody over this height, weigh this, and feel like throw javelin or discus or shot put, come on the office. We could train them, right? The girls are mentally strong. Anytime you see a Jamaican woman, and I enjoyed it when they was laughing with me and joke with me, and you know, from me feel so then. Anytime you see a Jamaican woman line up beside you in 100 meters and she starts smile, you can go and pack it up, you know. Serotonin and norepinephrine are about to release in our body, right? And from she go through her dry phase, she done with you. The only people she competing with is some other Jamaican. We are the only island on planet Earth where we get silver and bronze in the 100 meter, and the people them will get the silver and bronze. Bex. Because the three of them did want the gold.
Yes.
What? Sorry, Leo. At Tokyo, I was around some country we don't get no medal. The man them come fourth. I did think to them win the World Cup. You understand?
Yes.
Them come fourth and you think to them win the World Cup. You think somebody could have come at Jamaica talk about fourth and we're hard people for please, you know. I said it long ago that if Bob Marley ever come back on the earth and him kind of hoarse and not sing so good and go and sing,
and
I sing a beer Guinness and Shandy reach on the stage. We're not easy people. So,
was that your first time going to the Olympics?
No, I've been to the Olympics before, but that's the first time going in the official capacity as a member of the medical team.
All right, tell me about that experience. What was that total experience like for you? When you get the call, from the time you get the call, say, boy, you're coming out, and when you did it, what was it? What was it?
The call is lovely. The team, Chef Demisha's Gear Peart did a great job. His whole team, the medical team, Kevin Gwyn Jones, Lincoln Cox, Devin Lawson, Diallo Brown, Audrey Brown, all of them. Powerful team. It was an honor to be a part of that medical team. There was a lot of things, because this Olympics that we went to, Leo, is not like any other Olympics, you know. This is the pandemic COVID-19
yes.
Olympics.
Yes.
If a youth go to this Olympics and him come fourth, that means him now move through to the next round. Him have 48 hours to be out of Japan, you know. You understand? I don't like first Olympics where you can hang around till closing ceremony and and enjoy yourself. Right? From your competition finish, Japan said so does go and shrink the village. So people need to understand something. People need to also understand where them think that, all the money go to Japan and make millions of dollars. We don't make no millions of dollars. All of us that were there volunteered to work for Jamaica. You understand? So get that first. Next, the place was the safest, cleanest place. The village. Every morning at 8 o'clock, we all had to be tested for COVID. Between 8 and 8:30, 205 countries and thousands of athletes testing every morning. Right? So during the day, you get back report. All right, your country clear. All of your people. You understand? One youth from one group football player from South Africa, somebody get positive. But it's somebody will come from outside, a Japanese people were like a clean the place, you know. Right? Later that same youth tested negative and was able to compete for South Africa in football. The place, if the rest of the world was like the village, nobody now argue about no mask, you know. I see one man argue like, oh, me now wear the mask. But so then you can't get no food. All of a sudden you see him put on the mask. One brother don't want to wear the lanyard. You have to wear a lanyard around you with your identification. You can't go nowhere without it. Man said, have it in their back pocket. You can't go get no food, man, put it on. 2 times I see somebody argue. Other than that, no argument. You wear mask every day. You get tested every morning. Everybody that came there had to be vaccinated. And no argument. And I just shrink and like no positive, nothing. It just got smaller and smaller and smaller. What else was amazing? The people of Japan. It coming like what my father would have tell me how Jamaica was in the 50s or wherever. Them just kind and polite and kill you with bowing and arigato and right? Listen to this. So the ambassador, Jamaican ambassador, Richardson, China K. Richardson, her chauffeur, Mr. Bemi Miso, said that I asked him why there's no trash cans. We're driving around Japan. Why there's not a trash can where people put garbage in? He said, you don't need no trash can. So I said, people don't loiter or throw garbage and say, yeah. But everything of face recognition camera and people video you. If you throw garbage on the road, them just video you and send it to your family. And your family deal with you.
Yes.
You understand? The worst thing you can do in Japan is to embarrass the family. Yes. And while I was there, I met two Japanese brother and sister in judo. The morning the sister win gold medal. And the brother was in the gold medal match for the evening. I know, so the brother goes a boop boop in the last part and win the gold medal. So that family in one day get 2 gold medals, 2 children. The president of IOC for Japan said those 2 children will never buy anything in Japan ever again. They go to any restaurant, they don't buy food, they don't buy drink, they don't buy. They want a car, they just take it. Anything Yeah.
Oh my God. But all right. So tell me, Scotty, what is it that what was your sports when you were coming up? What did you compete in and what were you good at?
All right. Because Beverly played, my stepmother played tennis. I played a whole heap of tennis.
Okay.
Played and did well in under 14 and played in some international tournament, Jamaican thing at under 14 with Dougie Burker. Tennis, then I played volleyball in a national final for Titchfield. Arden beat us. One of my best friends, Handel Cottrell, was on that team and I see him every weekend, so him still remind me of it. I did play tennis for JC, play a little Colts with the Colts GSC, then got Titchfield. But that is a regret with the Dakar stuff. The little work there. Then I play in college. Then I play a lot in Miami in Division 1. 1 year. This is a true story and the president of Liberia will verify the story. Playing on a team in Miami. George Weah, 1996 FIFA Player of the Year, is my teammate. Andre Wall, also great footballer from Calabar. I score a header in the game, and as I scored a header, we hear cambio. Everything in Miami is Spanish, so we hear cambio, duck. Come off I feel. I said, but I just scored a goal. Them say, no, man, you idiot. I said, George Weah there. So I come off of the field. George Weah come on. And George, I kill him, but him not score. The other team now scored 2 goals. So I scored the goal must in the first 15 minutes. George come on and I play, but he not score. Lick the bar, do all kind of thing. So 15 minutes before the game done, we are duck, cambio, you go back on. So say I take off George and put me on. Him say, are you an idiot? No, man, we not take off George. We'll put you back on with George. Well, Leo, I'm here to tell you, I didn't head the ball. George kicked a ball and it licked me. It hit me in my face, bust up my nose and everything. I'm going at the goal. Right? That bring the score to 2-2. Later down, George kick a ball and it lick off a machine guard. Sorry, I'm going to goal. You realize now, me scored 3 goals, even though I don't really score them. Win 3-2, right? And that is my George Weah story. And the president of Liberia will verify that story. So that's my sporting thing.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you this, man. Jamaica is really great. It's good to have you as a Jamaican. It's really nice to know you. You know, you have such rich and enriching stories, and I love your growing up. I gotta tell you, I want you to use 1 minute and just wrap it up all for me and tell me about daddy or mommy, whoever you want to talk about. Just give me use 60 seconds to wrap it up for us.
All right, I wanna use the 60 seconds to wrap it up about. So it's not about me, it's about Howard Randolph Hamilton, my father, QC. And I will get emotional upon this, but that was a great son of Jamaica. And him love the place badly. I love it too, and people be like, why you live in Miami? Why you not come home? I said, because there are 5 million of us outside Jamaica. If the whole of we come back to Jamaica, that would be 8 million Jamaicans. The island would sink. Right? So we can't all come home. I'm going to get there when it's retirement time. But I love the island the same way my father loved the island. I'm an empath, which means I care about people, especially people who don't have things. You see, I like disabled, can wrap it up that way. I've been working with a Paralympic team for years. There was a lady named Sylvia Grant this is what I want to wrap up with. Sylvia Grant went to her 8th Paralympic this year in Tokyo. She sent a video for me from Tokyo where she thanking the president, Christopher Samoda, and thanking me for all the work I've done for the years. And you know, say if they never mess up the thing, Leo, the lady with a medal again, like I explain what it is. So Sylvia throws discus and javelin. And then another Alfonso.
No, Alfonso.
Call him the ambassador.
The wheelchair, yeah.
Yeah, the wheelchair, right. So Sylvia and Alfonso are wheelchair participants. So you understand it now. Alfonso broke the world record so much. Every time he broke in the world record, it's him world record, him broke it, right? His world record, he's breaking. And he has more medals than Bolt. Sylvia is at this last Paralympics, and she throws in the 57 category. But the 58 category don't have enough people. So them squish up 58 with 57, which means that she throwing against some people will run up and throw. She generally throw against people who sit down in a wheelchair, or them strap them into a thing. You can't move, and it's just how far you can throw from this non-moving position. So I really don't feel it is fear for her to be throwing against. And even in spite of the fact that she threw against some people who could have run up, she still nearly medal. Right? So anyhow, she threw against people who were only wheelchair bound. She must bound and compel her for medal. So how would I like wrap it up? Jamaicans need to stop think like Americans and we only rate gold medal. America only business with first, They don't know who comes second. Ask any American who comes second last year in the Super Bowl, they don't know. Ask them who comes second the year before that, they don't know. Ask them who comes second in anything, they don't know. Right? Jamaicans falling into that thing now where only gold we love. So a person will get silver and bronze. From you qualify if you go to the Olympics, at the Paralympics, you're an amazing person that did a lot of work for Jamaica. Right? All of them need to be recognized and lauded. It's not just because they medal. Those are the only ones. So I would have loved it if Jamaica would have, or the world, would treat the Paralympians and they're not less Jamaicans because them don't have foot or hand or whatever. They are just as much Jamaicans as anybody else. So I did love what Sir John Golden do by build that place up at UA. I love working up there, and I love help that Paralympic community. Yeah, that's how I wrap up.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Scotty, for being here, Dr. Scott Hamilton. My condolences again to you and your, I'm so sad to hear about Daddy. And just hold down the fort. And you are Howard now. Your firstborn.
Yep.
You have a wonderful time, and I thank you for this moment. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you, my friend. All right, cool.